Hi, so right now I'm going to be showing you how to do steps 10 through 15 of your pillowcase. So right now you have 1 through 9 completed. So your pillowcase looks like this. So now what you would need to do is step 10, which is fold the pillow in half, wrong sides together, right sides facing out, hamburger style, and then pin along the sides and the open sides. So you've got your wrong sides, you're going to put those together with the right side on the outside. And then you're going to pin along those open edges. So you have this one right here, you're going to pin along, and then the bottom edge. So you'll be pinning around there. Obviously you won't pin the top because that's the top of your pillowcase where you put in your pillow. So then you'll pin along those edges, and here's a little sample to show kind of what it looks like, but you'll just pin along those edges. You've done a lot of pinning and you know how to pin, so this is what you'll do. Then you'll be ready for step 11. So step 11 says sew along the sides you just pinned and along the bottom of the pillow using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So right now you would take a ruler and you would find the 1/4 inch mark, which is going to be that little mark right there. So you would mark or take your chalk and you would draw that on your fabric, and then you would sew on that line. So when you sew, you'd make sure to backstitch, pivot, and then all the way down and backstitch again. So it'll look a little bit like this. The next part is step 12, which is turning that pillow inside out with the right sides together and the wrong sides facing out. So this is where you'd be now. You'd inside out it. And what you're going to be doing, it says step 13, you'll want to read this pro tip here. It says that step 13 is tricky. You're essentially covering up the seam you just made, but here are some helpful tips to be successful. One tip is that you will want to take your iron and flatten this and make sure that the seam is pushed all the way out to the edge. Then you can take a few pins on the side you will be sewing to help keep the seam from folding in on itself. So basically, you'll want this seam to be pressed down nice and flat, and then you'll actually take pins to help hold that down. And then you will also draw a straight line to make sure that you sew nice and straight. And that's actually number 13. You will be sewing a 1/2 inch seam allowance along the side and bottom again. And do not forget to backstitch. So here I have my 1/2 inch seam allowance. And you'll see that that in here is that seam the seam that you made before is encased in here. So then you would turn that pillow inside out and you would have this. So you have a nice enforced edge, and that goes on the inside, and now you just press this flat and you would be done with your pillowcase.